So Twilight Fashion Trio started 2017 around this time. We officially 2 years now. The reasoning behind Twilight Fashion Trio, my surname is Twala, by the way. The Twilight, the TWA, is part of the surname, which is Twilight, right? Then the light, we're like, okay, let's bring light to this fashion and see if it can really work, especially for the plus size. Most people, they make us boring clothes. They think we're shapeless and all those things. So it's like, okay, let's bring light to the fashion. So the trio wanted to make the sizes 3 different sizes. So hence we came with the trio. It was supposed to be a medium, large, extra large. So that's why we're going for the fashion trio. Our plus size, evidence, there it is. Hence the plus size. You know what? We're struggling so much because before I started the brand, it was just impossible to get anything. Because I want to be fancy, I want to look funk, I don't want my tummies and everything to stick out, I want to be classy as well. So it was a proper struggle. You go to some shop, they look at you, they're like, we don't have size 40, what. So it was so frustrating. I was like, you know what, let's try this, let's see if it's going to work. So that's how we started the plus size brand. From now onwards, it's been really working very well. I didn't know there are so many plus size women like me. I thought I was just the only one, but hey, it's tons and tons of us that are struggling. So there's definitely market for plus size. There's always competition, I'll say, but we stay on our lane. We've got our goals. We know exactly what we want to achieve. The whole point is to try to be exclusive as possible. We do limited editions, unlike some people, they do huge production, but for us, we keep our stuff limited. So the industry, I think it is growing. People are starting to look at the plus size because it's always been a gap. So they're trying to fill that gap as well. We know very well that 90% of the clothes, they come from China. I've never seen a fat Chinese. That's just me. So I don't think they really relate. I don't think they really understand the body, because you cannot get a designer that is so tiny and ask them to design for plus size. They don't have the bumps, they don't have the bust, they don't even know the difficulties that you go through in trying to look good without exposing all these things. Because even though we are positive with our bodies, but we want to still look good and feel good, because you don't want to feel like someone is staring at me. What if this is showing untidy? What if the tummy is all over? Things like that. So the Chinese people, I think thus far, they're struggling to understand the bodies. They try to make big sizes, but they'll take a design for a small person and just make it huge, of which that's not helping the problem. You know what's so funny about this whole scenario is the fact that it's our very own people who comes, they walk into you as a client, they buy a tracksuit, they ship it to China, they request for copies to be made, then they bring it back to downtown, they sell it close to nothing, of which we buy fabric, there's production cost, obviously the business still has to sustain. So with them doing that, it is really impacting the business negatively. And most people, they're under the conception that we don't make the clothes. We go stock from downtown and sell to them, of which that's not the case. They don't understand that people buy from us, take to China, supply the Nigerians and Indians who are running shops in downtown. Then that's how they make their money, of which it's sabotaging the business. They're taking away the originality. It is proudly South African, it is made here, but they go and sell it to Chinese people that supplies them to close to nothing. So that has been a problem. Okay, the other issue that I would say it's been a problem, it's not having enough supply of fabric. So the bigger picture, I was telling my friend the other day that I want to open a fabric shop. I want to design my own fabric that will talk to us as African, colors that that they will work for our skin tone. Not all of us are yellow boys, Some of the colors you want to make, but you think, but my tone is not going to go well. But we cannot find that fabric. So the bigger picture is for us to produce our own fabric in South Africa. Then we make our clothes with that fabric. the way we see it, the way we view it, obviously we want to grow the business. We wish to have branches all over South Africa, because not everyone is comfortable buying from online, right? Because some, they want to fit. I want to see how it looks. Want to have a branch in Durban, want to have one in Cape Town, everywhere, so that it's accessible. We want to be able to manufacture our fabric, I've mentioned earlier. Want to be able to have our own factory. Like, why can't we be like Woolies? Can't we be international? Why can't we be international? We go and buy your Louis Vuitton. Can't we be our own Louis Vuitton? You know, I'm sure we can. So the bigger picture is to get out there. I think it's high time they start recognizing us.